Okay, guys. Here we go. Here we are with more Katawa Shoujo. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm trying to remember what happened, because it's been a minute. Ooh, double sneeze. Damn, how did my brain forget, or like, most sincerity? Let's see. I remember this part when he asked about teaching sign language. Let's see. Okay, let's see. God damn. I really need like a TLDR before I read into these things. Oh man. Mooni-chan Hewu. Oh gosh. Alright, so let's see. Delete on student council. Right, I remember this. This tacky shirt. Okay, that's Liz Shi-chan. I'm going done now. He-chan, you are too. We should get going. Oh, right, yeah, I remember this part. Yeah, when Shizune was angry about how her dad was talking to Hisao. That was the most aggressive joke possible. Right, okay. I'm also not convinced that it was a joke, considering this hastily was staged retreat, but this isn't a good moment to discuss about Shizune's father might be a jerk. Let's go shopping. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, yeah, go on an amusement park, eat at a good restaurant. We just had lunch, even though I didn't eat much. My time will be for dinner. Works out perfectly. Come on, Hichan. Right, this one they're all walking together. Walking this way. Let's see, another. Let's see, they hook my arms. Okay, first. Shizune walks at a very brisk pace. Misha has an unusually bouncy way of moving. Let's see, going to the park. Okay, walking this way hinders how we can communicate with each other significantly. To one-handed, Shizune and Misha are down to one-handed gestures only. It feels nice though, so I don't mind too much. She's pausing. Really, Hichan, if you really want Shichan's attention, you can tell me and then I can tap her on the shoulder for you. Just let me go and I'll do it myself, like this. I just behind her back and across my shoulders to get Shizune's attention. She succeeds, but because when Misha stopped, I had to as well. We all fall over. Let's see, laughing. Okay, I've been neglecting my sign language studies, so I should probably spend some time studying up on it. Although I think I've learned a lot of just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that. Oh, right. I remember this part, the dialect thing, because apparently, like, yeah, the way Shizune and Misha talk to each other, it's like all in their own way. I think it's unique. Yeah, like a secret code for some things. After seeing a couple of them, this book caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing to mess with them because I'm pretty sure that they have. Let's say I started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. That'll teach them. Quick break for a shower. I was in practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It's still smarts, and I don't want a repeat of that to happen again. You're knocking on the door behind me and turned to find Hideaki standing in the room. I'll play even a knock. Usually you don't open the door first. Practicing sign language. I did not see anything. That isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing something that would be a shame to have people see me doing. Although sign language must look strange to most people. I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. Brushing up on sign language. Okay, yeah, this is familiar. It looks fun. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. Seems like a lot of work to go through this just to talk to my sister. Why does everyone keep saying that? He smiled, twitches like he was about to laugh, but he restrained himself. Kind of think of it. He hasn't laughed once since I met him. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh. Why? It was the fastest circle I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Can't teach me sign language. He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous. He just put some effort in to ask. I guess he likes his sister after all. I think Misha's a lot more approachable, though, so I wonder why he didn't ask her. Secretly, I'm shouting yes inside. I had thought he wanted to learn sign language, and even brought it up, but he had evaded the subject skillfully. It turns out it was right after all. Do I know why this mistake? This makes me so pleased, sorry. Sure, but now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start. Class of learning stuff gradually over a week. One day crash course. Okay, my teacher spent a couple days just getting history of sign language. I understand what you're doing. Well, we can't just jump into teaching, you know. You have to ease into it. It's like when you go swimming. You don't just jump in the lake like in some movie. Do not swim. It's like scientists manage to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child and then implant them into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad and leaving behind Hideaki. You feel claustrophobic despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room. Let's see, it's all in my head, I know, and I don't care. Still use the excuse to move the lesson outside. It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. In that precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideaki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. And however, I started to realize that I'm going to teach him anything. I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. Let's see. He'll ask a question, which will lead to more questions, and there's no end to it. Okay, second time he asked me why a certain hand motion means what it does. I had to reach deep into my memory to look for etymology. I don't know about a gesture I only knew about a month longer than him. I started looking for an out. Let's take a break. Okay, where's your school like? This kid is like a little reporter, but it makes sense for someone his age to be curious. It's like I never thought about it. It's on top of the mountain. It feels so isolated, lonely up there. Students there are interesting. I actually felt bad at first. You know that kind of school it is, right? Yes. Felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like a school for crippled people. It would be a depressing place. They were telling me to be forgotten. For me to go be forgotten there. That everyone there was just living their lives for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all, so I felt like kind of a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha too. They're always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. Pity party. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them, but I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl. Been friends with Lily too. You know Lily, right? I should bring up Hanako. Yeah, sometimes. I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star ace who runs on these prosthetics. There's this one girl, Reen, who doesn't have arms, but she's a great painter. All her art has this harsh-light quality. I've been to Yamaku, probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes, but I always heard that artistic and creative types are like that. That reminds me, the guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too, but he can be interesting at least. You're also interesting. Is that bad? What's that tone? Okay, at least we're reaching near the end of it. You're saying I'm weird, Hideaki. You talk a lot. My first instinct is to go on the defensive, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right, I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because of all the time I spend around Shizune and Misha. Talking with them, I get caught up in all their circular logic and just how they do everything. They're gonna be drowned out or left behind. My sister can drown you out. It's not like she's literally talking over me and stuff, obviously. It's hard to explain. They have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. I think maybe your sister has that effect on people. Do you look up to your sister? He stares at me blankly. I'll be better than Shizune. Better at what? At everything. Like what? I can do magic tricks. You need like some people who got their nose or like kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass. He doesn't look happy. Someday I will see Hideaki laugh. I might just try tickling him if I have to. Back door flies open. Oh, right. Jigoro comes out. Okay. Like either king or a huge jackass. I try to turn it ways in the chain logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out. And he comes over so fast, like he appeared out of the air over my shoulder. Okay, so that was the rundown. I should have read this before I even started the stream. Okay. Alright, other than that, it seems okay. Alright, A-Leaf, let's go. I was gonna say, what happened to the music? Oh ho, what's up here? What are you two doing? Flailing your hands around. Playing cat's cradle like a bunch of girls. I'm teaching Hideaki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamichi? He narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him. I am writing an autobiography of my life and times, and by writing I mean I am dictating it to my biographer. Unfortunately, she is running late. Unprofessional. Perhaps you should read it when it is published later this year. I could put you on the waiting list. Maybe it will give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life, and inspire you to stop sucking. Oh, okay. It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone, though Hideaki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head. But surely Akira must have an opinion on this. I try not to think about it. If he's doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. You must absolutely, definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. How old are you? 46. That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. I mean, that's not even old. Don't most people start writing their memoirs a lot later than that? Shut up, boy. I'm going to give you advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You're less than half my age. You have no right to talk about it. Talk about old. I have an ulcer older than you. You should get that checked out. He might have a point though. He's definitely older than I am. Either way, if we were the same age, I would have to explain myself to you. Sweater vest. Ugh. Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good. Your sweater is terrible, and I want you to feel bad. What the fuck? Your sweater's terrible, and I want you to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working. I like my sweater. I'm sure you like huffing glue too. That doesn't make it right. I don't huff glue. Where did you get the impression I do? That is slander. I wonder how Hideaki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer. I can sort of see that, although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance and ask that that's his job. He's right. It is slander. Are you a lawyer? I was guessing. I guess based on the fact that you are stupid. It's like how you're assuming I am a lawyer, except you have no reason to think that. You want to know what I do so badly when I pre-order my autobiography. Now you're insulting my book and by extension my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. Try to think of how I can make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you. My autobiography. Just beat you with my book. I'm gonna beat you down with my book. This dude's like a fucking cringy adult, man. This is the dude like you see and you're like, wow, you're how old and you're acting like that? Oh, man. I hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions. Assault. But he made an assumption, too, that I huff glue. I consider calling him out as a glaring example of my hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He'll probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy." Back in my day, children were seen and not heard, and to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. With even a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. A child that existed only to temper you for adulthood. When you look at me, can you not see the catalog of my experiences even at a glance? Maybe? Were you a sword fighter? You could also be a Hawaiian and a werewolf. Wait, did you tell me before not to make assumptions? Now you just asked me to assume stuff. And you're saying everyone you're my age did it, and that had to be in, like, the 80s. That wasn't even that long ago. I'm ready to give up peace of my mind for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow to ride a couple train. And he had to shovel coal into himself before climbing a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. I had to walk 15 miles through the blizzard. But now that I finally won the fight, Jigoro is happy to have a good thing going, just continuing to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago. Twirling his sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means all the time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it just to pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice. Oh yeah, it is. You can see it right here. When I was your age, kids had responsibilities, not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequences of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one holds them accountable since they were young. It's odd. That description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday. But it only fits them slightly. Look at yourself, an damn amoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. Jesus Christ, stop it, he's already dead. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. This is the future of this once great country. I know someone you would get along well with. Don't interrupt. Who? What are your friends? Why would I want to talk to some awful teenager? I haven't even been listening. Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not one that will make you a lot of friends. I wish he would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself. Where have you been? Huh? Not you, idiot. Oh, I didn't notice you there. Shizune smiles and gives a short wave. Her rival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Misha and I decided to go... Wait. Oh yeah, it is her, okay. Misha and I decided to go into town again. Hisao, I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in the store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. She looks annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. Here you go. Oh, thanks. Misha wanted to cut her hair. I told her not to, but she said it's too hot for the summer. Yeah, I don't know, that makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where's Misha anyway? Over here! Hi, Hee-chan! Hi, Mr. Shi-chan's father! Hi, Hideaki! Oh my god. She's got the short hair! Actually, it looks kinda similar to how Shizune has her hair. Shizune's hair's a little longer, but damn, Misha really cut it down. Misha runs around us once in a wide circle before stopping next to Shizune. For the first time, she hasn't put her hands over my eyes. Although now I see she has bags of her own to carry, so it's not like she could have even if she wanted to. Although I am positive she's tried before. Her meticulously styled curls are gone now, in favor of a much shorter, sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual, probably because she knows she won't have to wake up at the crack of dawn every morning just to do her hair. What is that haircut? You look an intern. Oh my god. Your old haircut merely made you look like you were wearing a pink judge wig. Judge to intern is a huge demotion. Hisao, is you saying something insulting? Tell not to insult my friends. Don't insult my friends. Which one of you is talking? Wait, what the fuck? I did a same subscriber agreement. Okay, I don't give a fuck. You had to do this right now? Fine, accept it. There was an error. Doesn't appear that you have any active account alerts. Okay, well then fuck off. Jeez. Messing up my game. Wait, what does this do? Affects my legal rights? Alright, well, whatever. Both of us. I agree with her. Hey, what do you think, Hee-chan? You should have kept it like it was. Aw, Hee-chan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either? Well, yeah, I'll admit I kind of liked your old haircut more, but I think this one is nice too. It suits you. Aw, thanks, Hee-chan. Touching. If you like it so much, maybe you should trade. You can't trade a haircut. What a shame, your old haircut would suit you much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful. As for you... well, actually, it's much less garish than your other haircut. I like it. Ah-ha-ha-ha! Really? Thanks, Mr. Shizune's dad. It's Mr. Hakamichi. Talk like a normal person. I don't understand. Okay. I'll call you Mr. Hakamichi. Ugh, speaking to a slight whistle. Contemptible. Where's my biographer? Hideaki. He starts quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe cranky old man like Jigoro would at the very least be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly he doubles back, unable to resist his urge to have the last word. He did have the last word. Another thing, you don't have to be so loud. I don't like being shouted at. What? Shouting? I'm not shouting. This is how I normally talk. I'm not yelling. I can't think of anyone more qualified to talk about what's garish or to chastise someone else on shouting at people. It's like a parade of hypocrisies, and the hits just keep coming. An unusual reaction seemed to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess is what they call a vicious circle. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter. It seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro's is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they are both unbelievably loud. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder. Ow, my ears hurt. Why are you shouting? Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? She's his hands wrapped around my eyes from behind. Something I'm so used to Misha doing that for the first time I find myself confused by it, since Misha is in front of me. Shitsuko holds a finger up to her lips. What a perfect distraction. Now's our opportunity. Let's sneak off. Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideaki for bonus points. Alrighty, she has amplified the situation into a game. Shizune quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging towards the house. I walk towards it, normally. I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walks into the main part of the house, sipping a glass of iced water and dangling her glasses back and forth from her free hand. She whips them on as soon as she sees me. Oh, you didn't rescue Hideaki. That means you don't get the bonus points. If you were also being graded on style, I had to deduct points for a boring escape. It looked like you wanted to talk to me. I didn't know how to be stylish about it. You know, some say that the most stylish people are the ones that don't try too hard to look cool. You're really cool. I wonder how it is that I can pick up on her sarcasm so easily. Sorry, I got distracted. There's a message that came in. And how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. You seem like you're in a good mood. Although I guess it isn't really a good mood, it's more or less she seems very excited. I'm in a bad mood. Setting her drink down, Shizune sits down on the couch. I liked her regular hairstyle so much more. It looks so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks too sporty and tomboyish. I wouldn't call Misha refined and meticulous. That sounds more like you. You should give it a chance. Grow your hair out, make it look like drills. Huh. Actually, maybe this suits you just fine. Shizune rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine, because I was totally implying that. She moves a little closer to me when I take a seat. Oh? I'm a tomboy? Well, no one would call you a tomboy based on appearances. Shizune glares at me, unamused. I have to fight to keep a straight face. Hey, Candy. Maybe you two should trade haircuts anyway. So we just saw Misha have her haircut. She went down to like a short tomboy haircut. It actually looks pretty cute on her. And now Shizune's like, oh man, how could she change her hair? It's so pretty. She's disappointed in the haircut. You sound like my father. It's true. Shizune giggles noisily when she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumping to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand while standing up militarily straight and grimacing. A terrifyingly accurate impression. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. Where's your sense of color coordination? Dreadful. But changing my haircut, that might be fun. Wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone will react. You must really like playing with people. Sometimes I think a little too much. No, actually, the way she fills with her glasses, brow furrowed, tells me that's because she can't. It's fun. And with more confidence, I want pulling herself closer to me. Oh. It's fun to drag more and more people into my life. Oh, I see. I wonder if I'm included in that number. I want to ask, but am not even sure how I would. Shizune wags a finger preemptively, indicating that she won't be answering such a question anyway. Whoa, wait, what? She reaches for her glass, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent herself from tipping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me, and ends up pulling me on top of her. Oh, that's very anime. As I lean over her, I can feel that heat coming off her body, realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and the slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep into her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions. Just waiting to see what will happen next, like the eyes of a cat. Makes me feel uncomfortable being looked at in such a way. This is the first time I've been so close to her for an extended period of time. And the mood is different now. The situation now isn't the same as a passing touching of hands or her and Misha's usual games. Shizune's fingers weave together attentively, but she makes no move to sign. The look in her eyes isn't just nothing, like I thought. It's more like expectation. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations this entire time. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders and then gently but firmly pushing me off of her. I roll sideways onto the soft couch and pull myself into a sitting position less than a foot from her. The way I feel, she might as well have thrown me in 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact that you have to sign your words out with your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally just be an awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I just blurt out something, anything, to to try and dispel the tension I'm feeling right now, but if I could, but I can't. It doesn't get more anime than that, yep. Ordinarily, I think that would be normal. No, I think what would be normal would be to apologize. It made me leave. But right now, I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilty such an action would seem. Like I were just slinking away. Not the slinkies. Alright, drink some water. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both of us. So, as much as I don't want to, I apologize quickly. So quickly I forget to sign it. Then I go back to my room. Retreat! Retreat! Well, maybe that was the wisest decision. It's awkward, it's a little embarrassing. Go run and retreat into the room. Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. Wait, what? I sit up when I hear the door closing and open my eyes to see Shizune sitting in the chair in front of me. She asks a question that goes right over my head, to my surprise. It's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, and I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off and doesn't intend to sign again for a while. This is the first time I've seen your room? I've been into your room. Shizune tenses her fingers and puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke, just the fact that she's here has me feeling a little bit scattered. Christian Mail, we'll get him next time, yeah. Very funny, it isn't even my room, it's your guest room. Besides, you and Misha barged into my room once before. It seems that she expected me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room. Afraid of what conclusions they would jump to, seeing the wall of pills lining the place. I don't think that Shizune remembers though. I think someone like her would remember. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. A lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Because you're overeager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing. Whether it's joining the student council or even taking a break. Whether they want to or not. She signs almost at a crawl, her hands pausing mid-sentence, far too much. Causing the words to dissipate formlessly before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad. And I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from her strangely wistful and distant expression she is wearing. All I can do is wait for her to come out of it. You're right. I want to drag everyone into my life. But lately, I'm no longer sure that's the right thing to do. I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. It's not like that was my favorite restaurant. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? This chair is so hard. I want to sit on the bed. Motioning her for her to go ahead, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place when she does. Though I didn't intend for it to be, she finds it amusing. Close your eyes. Why? It's a surprise. I decided to humor her and close them. I could feel her leaning over me, and suddenly... Ah, there it is, boys. Something soft and moist touches my lips. My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not as awkward as a reaction as I could have made. It was just a quick peck. I almost think that's the end of it. But then she kisses me again, more deeply this time. Her hands slide onto my shoulders up to my neck, and then back down again. Then across my shoulders and down my arms. Doki doki. What's up, cuttlefish? Blushes and runs away. The days since then have passed so quickly that time seemed to slip through my fingers like water. Every time I try to talk with Shizune, she's been out running errands or with Misha. I feel as if she's avoiding me. I'm not surprised. Of course, it bothers me, but I think the way she's acting seems pretty natural. Then again, it's not like I've been through this before. No lewds on the stream. Oh, was that a block scene? Oh, so that's what the Doki Doki was, huh? It's actually a no hand holding, so it's fine. Okay, so it turns out they, yeah, looks like it is censored. Whenever I can't find Shizune, I end up running into Misha, and when I do, I ask her to help me with my signing. However, she always ends up squirming out of it. We're leaving after today, so I'm determined not to let her escape this time. Once we head back to school, we're probably going to have to start grinding through more student council affairs in preparation for school restarting. I want to brush up on my signing as much as possible by then, even if it's a day's worth. So that's really it moves that quickly into a sex scene? I really thought this was more of a slow burn. That was pretty quick to jump into sex. From what I know, them becoming boyfriend-girlfriend wasn't too long. Damn. Come on, it's pretty much just having a couple sign language conversations. You do that all the time. Actually, you're doing it right now. Wahaha, really, Hee-chan, that's funny. Misha temporarily stops her unconscious signing in order to wave her hands in front of her face in denial. But then quickly resumes gesturing everything the both of us are saying to no one in particular. Hee-chan, you're so persistent. Suddenly being interested in sign language again. Could it be that Hee-chan wants to make a career out of it? That's not fair. That was my idea first. You should be careful, Hee-chan. Times change too quickly. By the time I decided I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, they had cell phones that people could type out whole paragraphs on. Amazing. Never good for me, though. As if she knows that another deferral isn't going to cut it this time. Misha changes her tune pretty quickly to a more apologetic one. I'm sorry, Hee-chan, I'm just so tired. Especially lately, even though being with Shi-chan is fun, she has way more energy than me. Teaching on top of that would be too tiring. I don't have that much stamina. Sorry. She doesn't seem very tired. Shouting the statement with her usual cheer and vigor. I know it's wrong of me to keep pestering like this, but though. Actually, Shi-chan and I were planning on going shopping today. It's our last chance to pick up some souvenirs. Souvenirs, huh? I almost forgot that I was on vacation. I understand what you're saying. Teaching doesn't seem so easy. Hideaki asked me to teach him how to sign, and I was unbelievably lost all the time. Well, I wonder how it'll work out for you when you become a sign language teacher. You can't get tired too easily doing that. Yeah, right. I hope not. Hey-chan, now I'm kind of worried. But souvenirs. So, some other time, Hee-chan. Hahaha. Do you want us to get you something too? Just because I understand doesn't mean I don't want her to teach me. I suppose I can't press her any further now, though. Even I'm bothered by how selfish it would seem to do so. I give up. No, don't get me anything. I'm serious, don't surprise me with a funny shirt or something, okay? Hehehe. I don't like the sound of that. Slipping on her shoe, she yells goodbye to the otherwise empty house and opens the door to leave, letting a cool breath of fresh air into the hallway. A tuft of dark hair peeking from the doorframe tells me Shizune is waiting for her outside. Good morning. Misha translates for me from beyond the doorway. Shizune turns around and gives me a small wave. Even though it's different from her usual offhand greetings in the smallest ways, there is an unmistakable hesitation there. It leaves me with a vaguely empty and distant feeling. Hey John, you're up early. Am I interrupting a conversation? Wait, did I read that wrong? Oh wait, no, she's translating. Okay, no, sorry, I got thrown off for a second. Because usually now that he understands her, like, it tends to be her talking. I was trying to get Misha to teach me how to talk to you, but I guess I was being impatient and you can wait. You two were planning on going shopping today anyway. I had Misha there. I forget to sign my words as I say them. Unfortunately, since Shizune moved to fill the doorway, Misha is behind her. This brief misalignment in our positions means that what I'm saying is totally lost on her. I don't understand you at all. There are things I want to say that I can't put in a way she would understand. And there are entire conversations that she could have that would go right over my head. I want to tell her now that it won't be that way for much longer. Instead, I just say never mind and tell them to have a good time, then wave them off. Seems like everyone is out for the day, so I sit down in the biggest and most comfortable looking chair in the living room with a book, sorry. Not a sign language book, but one of the novels I checked out of the library my first week. That was so long ago. I should really start chipping at that pile of books I borrowed, or at least return them. 16 pages in, Jigoro walks into the room, a stack of papers in one hand and his sword twirling idly like a baton in the other, casually shaking water from a recent shower from his hair. Upon being seen doing something so ungentlemanly, he freezes like a deer in the headlights, and slowly moves on to smolder with powerful but baseless fury as he sits down on the couch a few feet away. This is only the third time I've met him, and I'm already starting to feel nauseous on reaction. Guess in a way, this could be considered a kind of charisma. I haven't even said anything, and he already seems less than pleased. It's likely a bad idea to provoke him, and just talking to him may count as provoking him. However, I can't help thinking of the alternative situations that could play out. Let's say I don't open my mouth at all, and walk away. I'm going to go read in my room or outside. That would definitely go down as an unforgivable insult. He would probably tell me to hold it and destroy me. Either way, not so polite on my part. What are you reading? The draft for my autobiography is the story of a man who wakes up to find an uninvited guest in his living room, sitting in his chair and reading shallow literary dreck. I barely started reading the book. I don't have an opinion on it yet. I already see how this conversation is going to play out, so I might as well try to steer it in a different direction. Where's Hideki? You even ask questions rudely. Disgraceful. That aside, why would you even ask me such a stupid question? How would I know? Am I my son's keeper? Well, you are his dad, and it seems like he does live here, so... But I guess I can't say that. Tempting as it is. I give up. I already tried making small talk with him and failed. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall that also hates you. That is my cue to leave and sift through my wallet to see if I have enough money to go to a movie. As I'm about to stand, I have the second thoughts. I'm too tired to go through trying to smooth over my problematic situations by trying to continuously walk away from them. It's hypocritical of me to get upset at Misha for trying to defer things when I even run from my own girlfriend. When Jigoro attempts to stop me, I'm almost glad, even though I no longer have any intention to leave. Wait. Says it with plenty of authority, but nothing else. As if he's just a particularly commanding afterthought. Only a very powerful or very arrogant person can tell someone to hold on in such a manner. I'm sort of impressed. You were the student council with Shizune, aren't you? What is your job there? I don't think there are specific roles other than president. Shizune is always trying to round people up to help out here and there. Usually we might get like one person to pitch in, but otherwise the three of us do whatever needs to be done. It's crossed my mind a couple times around when I first met her. That Shizune's disquietingly and analytical stare might be because of her deafness. But it turns out it's a trait shared by everyone else in her family. And that is okay with you? Why wouldn't it be? You, Shizune, and that pink-haired girl. Is that really your entire student council? The student council is that small. They wouldn't even bother to hold elections. I am going to take a guess and say that you didn't join the student council. Shizune drafted you into it. You said you don't know exactly what your title is. That makes sense. I suppose if you weren't even elected, you couldn't be expected to know. After all, if you're not elected, you aren't really anything. No one is going to respect a student council like that. An unelected body of 3, people trying to scrounge up the equivalent of temp workers. It must be a sorry school if 3 kids having a tea party can handle every issue. What's how small it is have to do with anything? If the student council gets things done, isn't that enough? It's not just a game either. Maybe you should actually come to school one day. If you get there on the right days, you might even be able to see that what Shizune is able to accomplish. Do you think that I have so much free time that I can afford to waltz over to your boondocks and watch my daughter's feats of self-aggrandizement? Aggrandizement? Huh, I've never seen that word. Never been more disgusted in my life. What you're saying is they might as well not have a student council, but the fact remains there is one, and Shizune got elected to it. And for her, it isn't a meaningless position. In fact, she works very hard for it. You sound like someone who voted for her. No, I wasn't there for that. Huh, you didn't even vote for her. Well, besides that, why didn't you ask Hideaki about this? Shizune just has wanted to be a high school student council president since middle school. She would have him read all her practice speeches, wasting his time. For what reason? This whole time, he hasn't even looked up from thumbing through his manuscript. It's getting increasingly frustrating. Because it isn't a game, we don't run the school, but it's not like we're just playing at it and not taking it seriously. I wonder if it is so wrong to not be a purist. I have been to your school. Really, students there. Oh, I can already think of about a million things they might say, and I'm preparing for my heart to sink on hearing any of them. It's funny, there are probably things I thought of before. They don't even have cleaning duty. That was not what I expected at all. He's also wrong. They do? I should know. I can just skip out on it since I've been in the Students' Council. Concept of being wrong confuses Jigoro. I should take this opportunity to go on the attack. It's really odd that I'm thinking this way about a simple conversation. It sounds like the last time you were there was really some time ago. You can usually write some memoirs. You can talk to Shizune now and then. Don't you think that she has stuff she is proud of? That's how young people are. We have things to be proud of. You're writing an autobiography, you should get that. Such an opportunity. And I blew it. I don't know how I was expecting him to react. Maybe introspectively, but Jigoro only grows angry by the second. Yet as he does, he also seems calmer in a way. More sure of himself and in control. Who do you think you are to assume that my life is so easy? You haven't even read my biography. You're able to tell me how I should handle all my affairs, including dealing with my own daughter. You can never understand. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles with a condensed edition of my life story on them, leave my biography and print it on your face, you would not understand. For 12 years, Shizune did not even talk to me. Even though I hired multiple tutors and interpreters for all sorts for her, to try and get her to become normal. Try to get her to become normal. It isn't as simple as you think it is. If she does not want to bother with me, then fine, I assume that is normal. When was the last time you talked to your parents? Oh, it has been a while. And I feel ashamed. More so that it caught me than how easily I could have dropped my parents a phone call or sent them an email. Or even a letter. And haven't. This knowledge only makes me feel more ashamed. I thought so. If I wanted to see my parents, I couldn't. This is different. You aren't that far from here. Oh, from her. It's one train right away. That is enough. No means no. You're very persistent. If only it was about something that mattered. I could see what you may have learned from my daughter aside from that, but... And how to backtalk people. Is that it? The answer is yes. I wasn't this persistent or argumentative before meeting Shizune and Misha. After all, prior to meeting them, I had just experienced a small death. It's a mystery as to why I refused to join the student council in the first place. Possibly, it's from trying to get away from their nagging so much that I was able to get my energy back. It's a cute idea. I think again about why I'm still here. Arguing with Jigoro is pointless, yet I think I almost look forward to it. And he is right. I cannot understand him. Even if I did, he wouldn't care. I'm a louse that crawls in a whale. Wholly insignificant. Time for our MC character training arc. He has a confidence that I don't have. Shizune does. And it could be that the reason why I'm here now, in an almost shouting match with her father, is because some of that bravery has rubbed off onto me. However, I don't have anything to keep it going. Still, I hate him. I don't know what I can do. A few months ago, I think I would have punched him and let the consequences play out as they may. But now I can't risk it. If he were to hit me back, he'd like to kill me. So in the end, the only thing I can do is look at Jigoro in silence, knowing that I have no reply and hate him and feel completely at a loss. Oddly, he takes it as defiance. Huh, fine then, have fun with that. Picked up a sword and using it to pull himself to his feet, he turns and casually saunters out of the room. I want to throw my book after him, but I'm happy to finally be alone, even if I'm not in the mood to read any longer. Our return trip to the school keeps getting delayed when one way or another. Shizune and Misha came... Wait. I think that's a typo. It should have been came back. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, because it's supposed to be past tense, right? Shizune and Misha came back so late that there's no use even leaving, and we end up staying another day. The morning after, we miss the train by a single minute, and the next two don't arrive. We missed the fourth train because I wandered off to get a drink in the meantime. Shizune wasn't very happy about that. By the time I finally get back to my room, I feel so tired, even though I spent most of the ride back sleeping. I can't say it's only because of today. This seems like a familiar symptom of traveling. It's not the first time it's happened. If no one has beat me to it, I could do a thesis on it. Maybe get in a medical journal. Returning from a trip syndrome. Not very creative. I'll see before I can think of a better name. Oh, is it Kenji again? Is that his name? A loud knock on my door wakes me up only a few hours into my nap. Oh, I'm annoyed because I had just been in the middle of a dream that I can't remember. Haven't been woken up in the middle of it. But I'm sure it was a good one. But I wonder who it could be. It's not like I get many visitors, so I'm sure it's Kenji. I hope he is just rolling out the welcome wagon and not going to hit me up for money again. If that was the case, I'd almost be touched. Not touched enough to fight off the urge to roll over and go back to sleep, though. A few hours after that, I wake up again and immediately spot an envelope on the floor. It must be something that came in the mail when I was away. That's Shizune and Misha's department, so I wonder if they dropped it by to give it to me. Or maybe someone filled in for them in their absence and told Kenji to pass it along. Sunflower? When I pick it up, any remnants of sleepiness in me instantly vanishes. Even if the name of the center wasn't out on it, I would have knew who it was from by looking at the envelope itself. Realizing why it looks so familiar. By noticing the delicate handwriting addressing it. It's either his parents or that one girl. It's It's that girl. The girl in the beginning, in the prologue. It's Shomi Wanako. At first, I can't believe it, but it wouldn't be too hard for her to track me down if she wanted to. Of course, I hadn't thought that she would want to. She was maybe my girlfriend for 5 seconds. After that, we barely spoke to each other. Bro, she wasn't even your girlfriend. You guys did not even make it that official. She only told you how she felt. She didn't say, hey, be my boyfriend, I like you. Like, come on, mental gymnastics, don't assume that. Still, it's a little odd though, yeah? Because, like, they barely spoke since he was in the hospital so much, so it's like... Why now? She just happened to have, like, those moments where, like, well, I didn't really try with him, maybe I can try now, or something? Well, whatever it is, I don't know, I feel weird about this. It'd be too easy to put this letter away somewhere and forget about it. Part of me wants to do that. Or throw it away unread. Why I want to do these things, I don't know. It'd be easy to do them. Easier than to read it. He reads it. Putting the envelope open with the tip of a pen. I'm surprised by the length of the letter that spills out. Oh shit. Dear Hisao, how are you? I hope you're well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second year class got put together in class 3-1 for the final year, so we're pretty comfortable right now from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you have been assigned to this class as well. The mood among the third years seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they are so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time, even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after our second year, but here he is, nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams. Okay, so far this is kind of back when letters and pen pals were still a thing. Oh yeah. Small talk makes me feel nostalgic. It's almost like I'm in the hospital again. Every now and then he would not go to drop by and give me the gist of what's going on in class that, even then, I had an inkling that I would never return to. It's so weird to think we're already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. The next first year seems so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there were things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. The truth is, the times when I visited you in the hospital made me worried about you. I'm not talking about your health. You seem to become more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened, I'm sure, but somehow I got the feeling that you had given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I am really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most. Even though I like you so much. At least, now finally, I can be more honest. What a convenient time for her to rediscover her sincerity. Well, even as I think that, I know she's right. Distant and disheartened is a good way to describe it. And maybe I had given up too. It weighs my heart when I think back to when I was lying in the hospital, feeling so bitter when she finally stopped showing up. I wasn't surprised, and I had no right to be. How could she not stop coming when it was the only expectation I had of her? She dropped by only for all 6 weeks after the incident. If I had drifted away from her, it was because I could feel her already moving herself away from me the moment she showed up. Guilt is a heck of a motivator, yep. If I could go back to those quiet days in February and March, I tell you to not give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have just drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you managed to get back on your feet on your own. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, so Hisao has a heart problem, right? So, it wouldn't be like a bad idea to be trying to, or we're not trying, but like having sex when you have a heart problem? Because, you know, that gets the heart pumping, so, so like, I'm like, or was it just his medication and kept the possibility of an attack to happen, like, did it lower it? Did it lower the chances because of all the medications he would take? Because I don't, I don't. It just doesn't make sense if, you know, he tries to do it, you know. I'm just saying, like, maybe he shouldn't be exciting the heart that much. But anyway, now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final somehow. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best we don't. Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means, write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you are doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Yuanako. Strange feeling. I know that I'm never going to hear from her again. If she really wanted to keep in touch, she wouldn't have picked a medium like snail mail to do it through. If she could get my address, then my email or phone number wouldn't have been much work. Had she wanted them. This is only a goodbye. It's not simple as physical activity equals heart attack, but cut him some slack. They were a bunch of 4chan people trying to make a VN. Yeah, that's true. I exhale, only just now becoming aware that I had been reading with bated breath. Now who's being distant, Iwanako? But maybe it really is for the best. For her to pick up a pen and write this letter to me can only be because she felt guilty about how things ended. That she was hurt by how we floated out of each other's lives makes me feel sort of wistful happiness. I almost want to thank her. I only don't because I know she wouldn't want me to reply. There's a knock on my door, and it opens anyway about a millisecond later. Forgot to lock it, stupidly. What's up, man? Why's your door open? I run to the door faster than it's probably medically safe for me to do so. So I can prevent Kenji from seeing the mountains of pills just a couple feet away from him. Blocked from his sight only by the door. See, look, right here, even he says running makes it is like medically unsafe. I would say that the writer for Shizune's route was the most inexperienced. Oh. Every route has a different writer. Oh, okay. And there's the letter I'm holding. Oh shit, wait, did I skip that other one? Fuck. Oh, I know I didn't. Okay. Oh, great. So I start off with the one that had the inexperienced writer. And there's a letter I'm holding. If you ask about it, I don't think I can make up anything convincing. Assuming he notices the letter. He is blind as fuck. About 2 feet away from him, I realized that his vision is so bad that it was probably never an issue. He didn't even see me about to practically tackle him back through the doorframe. Hey, what the hell, man? Oh, what are you talking about? Your room has a billion locks in it, you just barge right through other people's doors. You didn't even wait a second after knocking before you tried the door. It was like simultaneous. You were already open the door while you were knocking on it. Oh, see, that's exactly why I have all those locks. It's a cold and uncaring world out there, gate crashes world. Now you also understand. I just taught you another lesson, dude. Knowledge is power. Why are you yelling at me? I'm a hero. Oh my god. Writer for Shizune did an interview a few years back, and he had a lot of growing pains and had to rewrite the entire thing eventually. All things considered, the writing is fine. Okay. Look at you. You didn't even lock your door. The average woman could... The average woman could have killed you a billion times already, then replaced you with a female clone indistinguishable from the original. It almost happened to me. Ignoring the latter parts, it's too confusing. Funny he should say that. He was unable to stop me from tackling him head on, yet apparently a woman could have killed me a billion times. This man is a hero, we're all doomed. Oh, what's that you got there? Somehow he was able to see the letter still in my hand. With how I've been waving it around, that is no surprise. I fold it back quickly, but take care not to whip it behind my back or anything else. That would be too suspicious. Seems like I'm jumpier than I thought about Iwanako writing to me. I got a letter. Dun, 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 dun. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Oh yeah, I put that there. I was sleeping, then I woke up because I heard explosions. I put on my helmet and peeked outside to see what was going on. But it was just that student council woman banging on your door. It was the one without pink hair. She was knocking so loudly that it was obvious she was filled with murderous rage. Rage at you. Then she somehow sensed me behind her and I tried to escape, but it was too late. She caught me and started pointing at the door. I opened my mouth to tell him that she's deaf, but I decided not to, for various reasons. I didn't really get it. And she got more and more pissed off, like an old man trying to use a touchscreen phone. Mail time, yeah. Good old Blue's Clues. She was going to kill me. Kill me and replace me with the woman version of me. But then the sunlight reflected off my glasses and blinded her, saving my life. It was like, behold, optic blast. I don't get how someone with glasses can be hurt by glasses. She uses them too. She should be immune to their death rays. But whatever. She gave me this envelope with your name on it and just left. Clearly she was out for blood, so I lied and said you were away. I think you were away, right? I've been trying to ask you if you wanted to help me with my homework for a week now. But again, no answer. Welcome back, man. Thanks. Yeah, so she gave me this envelope and it had your name on it. I didn't want to hold on to it because what if it's a bomb? Oh my god. A fucking letter bomb. It's gonna have anthrax in it, watch out. Oh man. Oh, fucking Kenji. No fucking conspiracy theories. Hold on, I need a sip of water. That's that shit. Oh my god. I always keep thinking there's no way this man could be crazier than what he's already telling me. And it seems like every interaction, it's him one-upping himself. So I just shoved it under your door when she was gone. I was going to tell you, but you got back before I could. This is not a bomb. So... Wait a minute. That means that even if it was a bomb, you still would have shoved it under my door. You really... I mean... if he knew it was a bomb and still put it under my door, that seems kind of fucked up. Gee, thanks. I'm not gonna help you out with your math homework because what if your math textbook is a bomb? He looks devastated. It looks like he's considering the possibility that it really could be a bomb. Even that dog is a bomb. Good old Undertale. I guess it is possible, since no one really uses their math text. Oh god, right at that moment, it's like a burp came up. Since no one really uses their math book all that much. I throw the letter on the dresser behind me and turn to leave, swinging the door shut behind me as I do. It collides against the tip of Kenji's shoe and bounces back open. Oh, he hops around for a bit, acting like it hurt way more than it should have. Before I know, he's already inside my room. I'm powerless to stop him before he scoops up the letter, strangely ignoring the towers of pill bottles surrounding it. Don't just read mail that isn't your own. Come on, what is it? A love letter for your girlfriend? Did she include any photos? Sexy photos? Reclining against the dresser and paying no mind to the bottles he sets all over the floor by doing so, Kenji quietly reads through Iwanako's letter. The process takes seemingly forever, and with how close he holds it to his face, it makes it look like he's trying to eat it. Who's Iwanako? My ex... She wasn't your girlfriend. You barely knew her for, like, a moment. Ex-girlfriend, huh? This is the breakup letter, then. I thought they were a myth. The Dear John letters, yes, I remember that being a thing. No, I guess it is. But really, she's been my ex-girlfriend for a while. Anyway, I think I'm already over it. Kenji gives a thumbs up, clearly relieved that I'm not going to take this into an awkward direction. Although, I almost want to since I told him not to ruin it. Yeah, that's a good attitude. It's alright. I had a bad breakup too. But you can't let it get you down. I mean, just look at me. But hey, she wrote you a letter. Maybe she wants to get back together, huh? It says right there. Write her back. You should do it. Is she cute? A guy who thinks feminists are working to enslave men everywhere, he really is interested in cute girls. This dude's an incel, that's what it is. I have a girlfriend. Besides, look at the context. She doesn't want me to write back. Just because that's what it says, that isn't what she means. Typical girl stuff. They never say what they mean. But that's what she wrote. This rockfish kid chick totally still wants you. It even says it right here. I've read it. I know what it says. I told you, you have to look at the context. She said I drifted away from her. And everything there shows she accepted that. Oh, excuse me. I think the reason she wrote to me is that she just wants to. I guess, part amicably, but we're done. She doesn't want to get back together or whatever you're thinking. As I think about it more, it sounds to me like I'm just trying to make excuses for myself. Ugh, that's not a good place to be. I'm positive that she doesn't want me to write her back. And live with that. If I were to write her back and get a less than desirable response or no response, then I would just be crushed. Perhaps the fear of that is why I'm trying to justify my decision. It could be, but I don't want to think about it. The thought is oddly repulsive. Why is this such a big deal to you anyway? Because you should write back to her. She wants you to. I want to see what the response is going to be. Damn, doesn't even have to be doesn't have to be a nice letter. That's cool too. But you can write an angry letter and call her out. That's my new text strategy. I'm just gonna call women out. You should try it. Damn. Even if she wrote me a letter, you have to understand what that means. Writing someone a letter is different now. It's not something you just do. Not in this kind of situation. Oh, sorry, hang on. Let me just get some water. Ugh. Okay, I'm really hoping my voice can hang on a little longer. It's already getting, like, a bit of that little itch tingle in the back of my throat, so... It's not even been an hour, I think. Or I think it has been, but still, I was there with you. Or send them an email. They'll be notified instantly that they got it and can reply back, just like that. A letter can be a personal thing, but she wanted to keep me at an arm's distance. Not like I can pop over there and visit her. If I had her number, I could call her, or if I had her email, I could email her. Or had her mail, sorry, and mail her. If she really wanted to hear back from me, she would have dropped one of those in there. I feel silly for continuously reassuring myself that I'm not fazed by Iwanako writing to me. But it's so obvious that I am. Oh. The man's in denial. He's like, no, I'm not fazed by this woman. But he got fazed. He's been shook. Her letter shook him. It could be like a gradual thing for her. She might be too shy to call you up. I remember my girlfriend would always send me text messages because she was so shy. It was annoying as hell, man. I didn't really give a shit about phones, so I didn't have a thing. Turns out I had to pay for every single one. I don't like phones, so I couldn't even call her back to tell her to cut that out. What the? What is this? Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta drink coconut water. It's been a while since that coconut water. Yeah. I did it anyway, though. I called her out. I even used the phone. It was literally the call out. Damn. I guess it was. Even if he's right, it means that Iwanako still wants to keep her distance from me. She's not ready to chat with me comfortably. Why? Am I some kind of freak? I'm not reassured by her actions anyway in that case. Maybe I am overthinking it. I just don't know. Oh boy. Kenji can't think of anything to say to that, and the silence that follows is so awkward. I think that I started to count the seconds until he makes up a reason to leave and excuses himself. I miss her. Oh, your ex? Yeah. Even if she was insane, it was nice being with her. The thirst does love the crazy. Oh god, hold on. Oh god. Oh man, I felt that coming up. My back hurts. If she were still around, I could tell her to massage it. I don't know how to use an oven either. I miss baked food. And we go bowling in the hallway sometimes. I miss that too. I had a bowl up on myself during that last festival. You bowl in the hallway? You're gonna hit someone. She used to say that all the time. I just realized this dude's like, everything reminds me of her. Kenji sighs nostalgically, clearly not appreciating just how badly someone can get hurt by slipping on a bowling pin. Apparently, neither did his girlfriend, since she bowled with him. What a strange definition of love, and I guess it's something. Maybe we should write her a letter. If she writes back, we can get married. Married? No! No, 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 no. Okay, fine, but why not? You clearly like her, even though you hate women. Feminists, not women. Feminists. There's a difference. There are non-feminist women. Damn, your discrimination is criminal. It's incredible. Correlation doesn't equal causation. Even if she is insane and a woman, it doesn't mean she's a feminist, insane woman. Well, don't dare this movie breathe, damn it. No, it was just like a little itch on the throat, and I felt it. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to cough. I can feel it coming. Yeah, and I was right. To be fair, I mean, not all feminists are female either. There are male feminists. It's like how the absence of evidence is the evidence of absence. If it's true, then by the relative property, the presence of evidence does. Sorry, I thought I saw something crawling in behind me, like behind like my computer. I was ready to go in attack mode. Okay, so the presence of evidence doesn't equal the evidence of presence. But actually, I think it is, and I don't think it's called the relative property. Kenji's all sorts of nuts, yeah. No, shut up, it's mathematics. Are you saying math is wrong? I think he is wrong. So, even Kenji has someone that he likes. I'm tempted to ask why he and his ex broke up, or to dig for more information in general. Oh, but I shouldn't. Not only would it be prying, but he might reverse the question back to me. This conversation makes me think about Shizune, although the thoughts I'm having are scattered and wispy. Just questions. I wonder if I even had the chance to love Iwanako. And this whole situation with her still stings me. A sour note in the back of my mind of the what could have been, huh? I like Shizune much more, yet it feels like I'm chasing her, even now. I don't mind the chase, but I want to close that distance between us. I thought you guys already did. Yunako's letters are irresponsible, but I've also felt this way for a while. I've come closer, but it's not enough. I want to try again, right now. I tell Kenji to get out so I can change, and then head for the student council room. The grounds are mostly deserted today, which is a shame because it's so nice out. Oh gosh, okay, right here I'm gonna pause for a quick moment. That bathroom break, okay? I did drink a lot of water earlier, so yeah. Alright. We'll do a quick pause right here, guys. Okay, so I had a moment to really think in the bathroom. So I think Kenji might actually be right because, like, sorry, drinking water. I think Kenji might actually be right because, like, okay, Hisao kind of has a point that if Iwanako really wanted a response or something right away or something, she would have done something more instant, a call or email and stuff like that. However, I think he's missing the point that we all turn to philosophers in the bathroom. Yeah. The shower thoughts and the toilet thoughts. Sitting on the toilet and thinking, okay, on the porcelain throne. But on the other hand, I think, anyway, what I was saying is that I feel like Hisao is missing a pretty big point in that writing a letter is very personal. Yes, it's slower, but at the same time, someone is taking their time to write it out for you. So the sex scene you missed, if I remember right, was mostly Shizune being kind of controlling and so focused about it. So still feels like he's playing catch up. Oh, so she was taking the lead. That's been 10 years. I remember the least about Shizune's roots. I could be wrong. Oh. Oh, okay. I mean, I can see why Hisha can be bothered by it. Me, personally, I kind of like that. I like that she knows what she wants. Just further confirming to me she is the best girl. Or at least the best girl for me. Alright, so, oh yeah, I almost forgot. Okay, guys, something happened. Well, no, it started yesterday that got carried over into this morning. I should tell it right now, it shouldn't take too long. So this morning, I had to dumpster dive. Not literally get in the dumpster, but I had to like look through the dumpster to get something. So it happened last night. After I did the stream, I relaxed a little bit, to myself to decompress a little bit, just basically wind down further after the stream, really like shutting my brain off. Mooney raccoon. um, so I was getting ready for bed. I was brushing my teeth. And when I was brushing my teeth, I stopped and I looked around the, my bathroom and I'm like, wait, where are my retainers? So I step out of the bathroom and I'm like brushing my teeth. I'm looking through my room here, thinking I might have taken them off when I was gaming and watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with Icy, which, by the way, he's never seen it, so I am having him watch it. He works better to watch things when someone else is with him to watch it, sort of. So, anyway, I'm having him watching at last. So I thought maybe I left it around here. Maybe I took them off before talking to him, Think your legs are doing. Oh no, it's worse actually than that. So then I was like, wait a minute, maybe I left it downstairs. I mean, we did eat earlier, so maybe I left it like on the coffee table where we normally eat at, because we like to eat in front of the TV, even though we have a dining room table. So I looked around downstairs. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I come back upstairs and I'm just like, what the fuck? Where did they go? What happened to them? How could my retainers just disappear? Then I started thinking. I remember, like, what time do I remember correctly that I really remember I had them on? And then I remembered it was just before I had my breakfast. As in, I had my food all prepared in front of me, and I remember I took them off and put them on a napkin, a paper towel specifically. I remember I also had, like with my breakfast, I also had some snack cheeses, snacking cheese, like string cheese and like mozzarella bites. Fresh mozzarella bites. Those are really good, by the way. um, and I remember I put the wrappers on top of the retainers, like with the, with them together, like on the paper towel. And for some reason, when it was time for me to like, get up, put my dishes away, like in the sink, at least to clean up, I remember seeing that paper towel and just like somehow only processing the wrappers I saw in there. So I grabbed the paper towel, crumpled it up, put it on my plate. Then I went over to the trash can and threw away everything that was on there because I also had another like paper plate to like had some other food that I wanted to warm up on. So I threw it all together, and I distinctly remembered, like as I was reminiscing this, I distinctly remembered a weird noise as I dumped that stuff like into the trash can. And for some reason, my brain didn't think, hey, that was a weird noise. Maybe I should see what that was. No. My brain was just like, huh, okay. And then continue on with putting away my dirty dishes in the sink. Permanent retainers. Normally they would be enough, but turns out my swallow is weird and I pushed my front teeth out. Oh. Part of the original problem. Oh, okay. You crumble them and didn't feel them. I did not feel them. And it was kind of like lazy crumple because like paper towels don't really like, well, I don't know, like a dry paper towel doesn't really hold well together. So yeah, in that moment, as I recalled and realized what I did last night, I was like, oh my god. Because I remember that at some point, I remembered that, oh wait, my cousin asked me to take out the trash. I remember pulling that bag of trash out of the trash can and tossing it in the dumpster. And as I sat there, or stood there in the bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror, I realized, oh, fuck me, I screwed myself over so hard right now. Oh man, I thought like, oh my god, I fucking lost those retainers forever now. What have I done? I'd say I take good care of them, and what did I do? I fucking threw them away in the trash can. I threw them away in the trash. And now I gotta probably pay me extra for it. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. My teeth are gonna shift during that time, I bet. I fucked myself, it was just, oh, like, it was awful. And as I laid down like in bed, staring like, oh fuck man, like how could I do this to myself? How could my brain do this to me? How could I just forget about retainers or not even think twice about the noise I heard? Uh, and so as like, some, those kind of thoughts, they would have kept me up all night. They really could have. But it didn't. Because there was something else I remembered. I was like, okay, tomorrow is trash day. They're gonna come in, I don't know what time in the morning, take out that dumpster. And I was like, I have to see before I go out to drive to work and stuff, I got to see if they hadn't switched dumpsters yet. Dumpers. Um, I had to see. So, after I got ready and stuff, I put my stuff. No, it was trash day. That's the thing. A-Leaf, it really was trash day today. So I put my stuff in my car and I ran out over to the freaking dumpster. Had my phone out, put on the flashlight, looked into it, and I saw the very bag that I threw out. And I was like, oh my god, there it is. I gotta get it out. But I was like, but see, the thing is that this dumpster, it wasn't very full. So the trash bag was pretty low to the bottom of the dumpster. So I was like, fuck, there's no way I can reach that. My arms are My arms are clearly not long enough for that, and I'm definitely not tall enough to lean into it either. So I was like, okay, I need to find something I can grab it with. So I went back inside and grabbed the Swiffer mop because it's like a stick. It's basically a stick, and we just put like freaking Swiffer pads on it. So I grabbed that thing, go back outside, used the end of it, like the handle part of it, and used it to. And by the way, I had my phone in my mouth as I was like holding up. One hand was holding up the dumpster lid, and the other hand was using a Swiffer mop to pull the the trash bag closer to me. My phone was in my mouth. I was holding it with my teeth, with the flashlight on, so that way I could see. And I'm pulling it, and I managed to move it in a way where I got it closer to me, and also in a way that the bag tie, like the tie that's on the top of it, where it made it look like pretty simple to just put the handle through the loop and pull it. Well, I'm pulling it closer, and then I realized, fuck, I don't have the upper arm strength to just lift it with one hand. So I was like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but I have to. So I had to let go of the dumpster lid, let it sit on top of my head as I lean in, use the handle to pull it as close as I can, using both hands to pull the bag closer to me. And it was close enough. I used my one hand, one hand still on the Swiffer mop, and the other one to grab the bag. And then I yoinked it up. I opened it, and I sat on the floor, and I'm like, please, please, don't let these things have fallen deeper into the bag. Please let it be on the top. So I opened up the bag, and sure enough, the retainers were like right there on the top. It only took a little bit of like moving things around, but yeah, like they were luckily on the tippy top of the trash at least, and somehow didn't fall out. They were both there. So I'm like, I had them in my hand, and that was like the biggest sigh of relief I ever let out in my life. I pocketed them, tied up the bag again, really hoping no one stepped out in that moment to see what I was doing. Because this is real. Someone looking through the dumpster, seemingly trash digging and stuff, it's kind of sus. So yeah, so I threw back the trash, took back the Swiffer mop, went back inside, washed my hands, disinfected the Swiffer mop. Like I wiped it down several, like twice over, yeah, and clean it. And as for the retainers, I took them out of my pocket and I put them properly in the case that I normally put them in, which I should have done when I had breakfast yesterday. But yeah, it is what it is, whatever. And I was thinking, well, I cannot wear them right now because they've been in the fucking trash. That's gross. So I gotta disinfect them first. The best way to disinfect, retainers in general, to just cleanse them once in a while, is to stick them in vinegar. So I had to wait until I came back home later today to put them in a little glass cup, and filled it up with white vinegar, let them sit there for like an hour, rinse them out properly under water, and then, yeah. And they're clean. You got retainers with psych damage. Oh, that. I would rather take psych damage than take financial damage. Lord knows how much it would have been to replace them. It's just let them soak in moonshine. Oh, it is alcohol, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any alcohol in my house, so it had to be vinegar. But yeah, that was my adventure with the dumpster today. And now I realize, don't ever put retainers on a paper towel or any napkin or whatever, because something like that could easily happen again. Because apparently, from what I've heard too, that's also a very common problem. Like, it seems like more often than not, people lose their retainers because they put them in a napkin and they end up accidentally throwing them away or leaving them behind because they forget that they're in the napkin. Does hot water damage them? I don't know. I haven't quite tried that. I mean, you could put them in hot water, but it should be fine. It's just normally you're not supposed to eat food with them on, you know, because they could get stuck in there and yeah, it'd be kind of gross. You could drink water, but don't drink soda with them on either, you know. The only thing that's safe to have while you're wearing them is just drinking water. So yeah, that was me being a raccoon today. And thank God that I beat the freaking dumpster truck thing that, you know, because like apparently like we have a truck that comes by and it swaps over the dumpster. It's pretty weird. Or like some truck that comes takes it and like they bring a clean like a fresh one, basically one that's empty. Take the one that's has trash in it and stuff, and then they swap them. It's not like an actual truck that comes and picks up the dumpster and dumps it all away. Yeah. So, yeah. I won't be making that mistake again. I am not gonna put him on a paper towel ever again after that. Fuck. But I'm glad I remembered because I really wanted you guys to hear it. Because, yeah. I just know that when I went to sleep yesterday, I'm like, there is still hope. Don't give up yet. There's still hope. It might be a way to salvage this. And sure enough, yes. The moment I saw that the trash bag in that dumpster, I was like, hallelujah. Hallelujah, this is it. This is my chance. I gotta recover the retainers no matter what. Because goddamn, I really did not want to pay for them again. So and on top of that, going out of my way to see my orthodontist that originally did that for me, like that's oof. At this point, it's one hell of a drive to get there. I do not want to make that drive. Anyway, let's get back to the game now that I've recounted my personal tale. Okay, wait, what happened moments before? Fuck. Okay, so I could change the head for the student council room. Okay. Right, I remember there's that. Oh, he was just going to the student council room. Okay. So crazy that even freaking Kenji had, yeah, exactly. He had a girlfriend. Winnie lore is interesting. I once actually tossed my phone into the dumpster after I had it right. Oh no. There was one time I had my phone in my back pocket and I went to go use the restroom. And pulling down my pants made the phone slip out and it almost fell in the toilet. And it was like it's not like a regular toilet. It was like I remember I was at work. So it was like a work toilet. And it fell like you know how the seats are kind of like U-shaped? Like in the work toilet? Yeah, like the bottom, like the part that you're like the part that's like facing out closest to you when you're about to sit. It's the part like it has like that little gap in between. My phone literally fell right in that little gap, and I remember it was like just like sitting there, and I'm just like, because I heard the clanking, and I'm like, what the hell was that? And I turned around, I was like, oh my god, it almost fell in the toilet. That oh man, that gave me a mini heart attack way back when. And I remember it was also my first smartphone, so yeah, it was even more scary. Okay, now let's get back to business. No one answers when I knock. I try to go in anyway, but it's locked. When I pull my hand away from the doorknob, it's covered in dust. It looks like no one's been here since we left. I heard legends of guys dropping their phone in this Just standing here, no, but that just sounds so ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. Since I'm already out here and dressed, I might as well get something to eat in town. My wallet is back in my room, though. Oh shit, what? On the way back there, I stumbled across Misha sitting down behind the main building. Is she okay? Her eyes are closed in sleep, and she looks very tranquil. It's always been hard to picture her not constantly bouncing around or hopping on the tips of her toes impatiently. My first instinct is to call out to her and ask her if she has seen Shizune, or if she wants to go to town with me. But now that I've seen her, I don't feel like disturbing her. I leave her alone. Really? She looked kind of sad there, though. Oh, so it's pretty interesting that, the Katawa Shoujo thing there has that little bandage on it. Which, it kind of makes sense considering, a bunch of the other girls are disabled. But I also feel like it's also referencing Hisao's own heart. Not that it's broken, but like it is... It's not normal anymore. Well, not anymore, but it's always been there. But yeah, it just... Heart is like physically his heart is a disability. For the first few days after I was back, I almost forgot that I was in the student council. I managed to pick up here and there that the student council usually gets swamped with work around the end of the break, but it didn't have to be the case. A few times when I managed to catch Shizune or Misha, they were in too much of a hurry for me to get a chance to ask if they needed help. Anytime they weren't, I'd only be able to get hold of Misha. Shizune would say something about how there was work, but it was so little that involving either Misha or I would only bore us. After a while, the idea of having some free time again had started growing on me. Though there were still periods when I felt like I had too much of it. Just when I was getting used to it though, things changed again. Now I find myself back in the student council room, arguing with Shizune about whether tissue boxes make good ballot boxes or not. I'm telling you, they work just fine, as long as we get the cube-shaped ones, not the rectangle ones. Misha, can you send that to her? Kind of got my hands full. Once I could not forget it. She's busy cutting out ballot slips, so if she were to make one errant move, she would probably send those scissors flying into someone's head. I dropped the box of poster paints I'm carrying onto my little table in the student council room, and cough as a wave of dust hits me in the face. It really has been a while. Do you think we should change the size of the ballot slips? What? But Shi-chan, I already cut out so many of them. We can make them smaller. It'll be more efficient. We just have to shrink the font. More ballots will fit in a single box that way. We'll only need half of the amount of paper then. The format for voting can be changed. It could be more like a real election. Then we might be able to get away with buying less boxes. With the money left over, we can get a pizza. Or maybe Chinese, or a cake, or 3 bowls of the new ramen bowl I want to try. Shizune excitedly rubs a finger along the frame of her glasses as she ponders more ways to cut even half yen of spending off of her budget. Since I think she is the only one who even knows what her budget is, I'm scared to ask just how tiny is it for her to have to do this. But what about all the ballot slips Misha already cut out? Oh, don't worry, I can make them into memo pads and sell them in the school store. Shi-chan, they don't look very cute though. Shizune seems to disagree. Now they're arguing, but it looks like it consists of nothing more than signing, yes they do, and no they don't, at each other, until they're so tired of it they're just taking turns pointing at each other commandingly. It's strange. Partly because it looks kind of ridiculous, but also because I've never seen them disagree. Then again, both of them have looked very stressed these past few days. That, and I feel like ever since Misha cut her hair, it seems that things were... I think some things kind of changed, huh? Shizune has been increasingly absorbed in the idea of student council elections, though they're months away. Imagine this is how politicians act when they realize a regime change is imminent and their era is over. I'm having trouble taking student council matters seriously at all, even now. So I practice my calligraphy on signs that won't go up for weeks, but I can understand why Shizune does. After all, she has been student council president for 3 years. According to her dad, she was wanted the job for even longer. I guess 3 years is too short a career for her to leave feeling satisfied. Did the last student council go through this much trouble to make it a smooth transition for you? Shizune makes a chagrined face that tells me they weren't very helpful at all. Oh, I guess you're doing all this to set a good example then. That only comes into play if they learn anything from it, Hee-chan. If they don't, I'll be hyper mad. If they turn out to be the flaky type, I'll definitely be hard on them. It doesn't sound very threatening when Misha's saying it. So, you've already met them. Hee-chan, there are no candidates yet. What? None? Not even for student council president. That is why I'm trying to drum up interest for the position. What do you think? She proudly holds up a poster she's been working on herself. It looks very, military. You might be taking this a little too seriously then. Shizune frowns and plays with her glasses, offended. Is that weird? Yes. She looks oddly happy that I'm disagreeing with her, and I think that if she weren't genuinely focused on what she was doing, she would try to argue with me just because it would be interesting to her. What's weird about it? It looks like she'll do that after all. But then, Shizune waves her hand dismissively, like she's trying to catch the words in the air and delete them. Instead, she catapults into insulting her future successors. Well, one thing that's weird is that in my old school, the elections would happen in about 6 months, since, you know, we're graduating in March. It's pretty weird to think about them so early. It's a little different here. Hee-chan, I'll be discouraged if we don't have any replacements when I have to go, Shi-chan says. But it isn't like the school stopped running without a student council. It'd be harder for them to hand out forms, though. Ha 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 ha. Shizune isn't laughing hard. Misha's joke causes her to flinch, as if she were stung. Though Misha didn't mean for it to come out that way, her quip had a callous cruelty to it in the end. Wait. I need to reread that. Oh. Oh, I see. Why she got offended. It makes it seem like this is all they do. And on top of that, this first part makes it seem like you don't really make a difference whether you're there or not. At least, not as much as you think when this is the most that will happen. So, I don't think she meant it to be that way, obviously, but it sure came off as innocently insensitive. Which, you know, with how much work and heart that Shizune puts into it, yes, this would be... it'd be pretty painful to hear something like that. Huh, I'm trying to get more people to run, but everyone is so lazy. They think they can take it easy just because there are no deadlines yet. Slackers not taking the early game advantage. Still 6 months away. If they aren't making their move now, they don't deserve a vote. Do they really think it's such an easy job that they can do everything at the last minute and just coast into the role? Insulting. Really, really. They're going to be eaten alive once they have to sit down at this tiny desk and see just how much work they have to do. If this were a real election, they would be in deep trouble. I was reading about Japanese campaigning laws the other day. Only the bad ones, for some reason. For some reason. Or so I guess Shizune was talking like her father there. And it's coming out of Misha's mouth. Creepy. Well, first off, Shadow Shogun, you can't really make that call. They'll be elected. Second, it's just a school election. It's not like running for city council or the diet. I don't think Japanese campaigning laws apply. Third, although I don't want to say it, I'm nervous that Shizune is so enthusiastic about this Talking of elections and votes. According to her dad, she wasn't even elected herself. Kind of think of it, I can't remember Shizune ever saying she was elected either. Then, did she get this position by being recruited into the student council? And having it fall apart until she was the only one left? Somehow I never considered it. I don't know what to think about that. But it wouldn't surprise me. We're only 3 people strong now. If the circumstances behind her becoming the student council president were that sad, I wonder if there would be a vote at all. Interest could just be that low, or non-existent really. Then all her energy would be going towards nothing. I slap an exclamation mark on the end of the poster I'm working on. It's a little plain, so I think adding one is okay. Actually, it still might be a little too plain. I make the mark twice as large. I still say you need to slow down. If this stuff isn't going to be relevant for months, maybe you're working a little too hard on it. And that's what I think. You're worrying too much. I don't know how to sign the word relevant. I try and only end up flicking a long line of paint where I didn't intend to. There's no way I can fix that. Nisha, can you ask her that? Shizune giggles silently, clenching her teeth so that no sound actually comes out. Because there's a lot to worry about. Like what? Like, usually the boxes end up looking very pretty, so people take them. Have to plan for that. We should make them funny looking this time. Then, so no one will take them. How about that, Shi-chan? You can draw some weird faces on them, or we could put a little picture of Shizune on each one saying stealing is wrong. No, it's not funny. It's not the only problem either. There's a voter turnout, of course. And then, the worst case scenario would be not having any candidates. Although, it seems she meant to jokingly from the way she smiles as she signs that. That isn't how it comes out. Even Misha understands the possibility is very real. Unless she tries to salvage the mood by punctuating Shizune's statement with a laugh, it doesn't work. What is wrong with both of you? I was just making a joke. There actually is some interest this year. If there wasn't, would I be doing all this work? I'm not stupid. When the elections are over, I'll buy everyone dinner. I'm already planning on it. Even the new student council? No, they can buy their own celebration dinner. It'll only be for the current student council. I'll be happy once I'm through having to do these thankless jobs all this time. A dinner just for us? Yay! It's like a little party, Shi-chan. Though her cheerfulness is obviously forced, I say nothing. For the rest of the period, which fortunately isn't very long, we work in silence. After classes, I find the student council room locked. It's strange because Shizune was so busy earlier that I would expect her to continue working after school. It'd be what she would normally do. Maybe she listened to my suggestion and decided to take a break. I'm hoping it's that simple. When does she ever listen to you? Feeling a little uneasy, I take a brief stroll around the school. It's only half conscious. I can't remember when I started moving my feet. But I've already covered enough of the campus that I'm starting to feel tired. Not that that means anything now. Just a short stroll around the school grounds, and I'm already winded. Again, this dude gets winded just from a short walk. There's no way he should have been able to pull off sex. Oh man. I'm just really hoping that's actually his medication. It's like hanging on for him. Like, as he gets winded and stuff or tired, but at least he won't get a heart attack. Before I know it, I'm back in front of the student council office. There's someone else too this time. Hi, Hee-chan. It's locked. Seeing a can of lemonade in her hand, I reflexively start looking for a vending machine nearby. I'm so thirsty. I know that, Hee-chan. She-chan is somewhere else, I guess. Weird. We aren't stuck together, Hee-chan. Misha takes a long drink from her lemonade, eventually just tipping it over and pouring the rest into her mouth. I feel like I'm being mocked. It's hard immediately to hear. Oh man. That would be really funny. Do you want one, Hee-chan? Oh, no, it's okay. I can't take someone else's drink. It's rude. Gosh, you're making fun of me, aren't you? I just saw you inhale all of that. I have another one in my bag. I was prepared, see? I'm just like She-chan. She's a little too prepared. It's good some of that is rubbing off on you anyway. After, what, 2 years? The way she stares at me as I drink it is a little disconcerting, but I'm too grateful to care much about it. You and Shizune always end up treating me to something. It's starting to embarrass me. Really, Hee-chan? Let me lunch sometime then, okay? Then, we'll be even. Well, it's funny you should say that. I was gonna ask you if you wanted to eat in town. Yeah, I'm really hungry today, Hee-chan. Thanks. Yesterday. I was gonna ask her yesterday. Misha cuts me off before I can finish the sentence, and I can find an opening to correct her as she dashes enthusiastically around me, laughing, arms flapping excitedly at her sides. You, my 96 grandfather wouldn't get winded from a little walk. I already had my wallet with me, so I start walking towards town, with Misha trailing behind me, playing idly with her hands and loudly wondering to herself where we should go eat. At least, I think so. She could be asking me. Do you have anywhere specific where you want to go? I want to go to the tea house. They have a really big parfait there. I saw you eat a parfait there last time. It looked really big. No. This one is really, really big. It's also really expensive. Really, really expensive. A little. Jeez. Well, you and Shizune paid for my food a bunch of times, so it's fine. Hee-chan, I don't think I ever did that. Are you sure it wasn't just She-chan? Are you really arguing against a free meal? Don't worry about it. We go to the Shanghai and are seated by a waitress who is surprisingly not Yuko. Misha is very eager to eat the parfait because she shouts her order as soon as she walks through the door. By her eyes, I can see that it's both very big and very expensive looking. Are you gonna order anything, Hee-chan? If you're hungry, we can share. No, I don't like parfaits. I don't like pralin, whatever. Everybody loves parfaits. Parfaits are delicious. Good old Shrek. Parfaits are probably the most delicious thing on the whole damn planet. You can pick it out. You can't just pick out pralin. Don't be silly. Even if I could, Misha is mashing her food together to the point where it is no longer possible. It also looks kind of gross. I wonder if that many flavors can even blend together well. Can she really taste anything in that goop? She's acting like it's delicious anyway. Good soup. Parfaits are the best. I have sensitive teeth, so ice cream is a no-no. Cake is too soft though, and if there's too much icing, I get bored. Parfait is interesting. How many cafes have parfaits here? I think 10. I've tried them all. I like this one the best. It has a little flan. You sound like you're some kind of dessert expert. Not just dessert. I want to eat all kinds of delicious things. Someday, I'll have the money to buy a 2-kilogram Matsusaka beef steak. That's like over 100,000 yen. Whew, I guess it's kind of just decadent food is kind of your hobby then, huh? A hobby isn't something that should take months to learn about someone. I've been very rude in retrospect. Also that is one pricey hobby. Sorry, taking a sip. I guess so. Decadent? Yeah. Misha giggles, raising her hand to her face. It looks like some ice cream accidentally got on her nose. She doesn't notice it. I can't stop noticing it. I wish she would wipe it off. I'm about to tell her about it, but she suddenly says, I don't know what that means. Oh, I guess that's a bad word anyway. It has implications. Epicurean is better. It means someone who enjoys eating nice food. That's the adjective, though. So, epicure is the word for it. Wahaha! Hey-chan, you're too wordy. Sorry. I think that's what Shi-chan likes about you. Because I'm wordy. Huh, I need to buy some thesauruses then. No, not like that, Hee-chan. I said I'd order some coffee after all. It takes a while to get the waitress to notice. And I think actually getting my coffee will take about as long. Tea shop is filling up. No surprise, as you had been here for almost an hour while she was chipping at that dessert. I ordered my coffee to go, but Misha orders one as well. So it seems like we're going to be here longer than I thought. I really wish it was that easy. It's hard to talk to her lately. Shi-chan's been busy because of the elections. I know we can't fun all the time. It's just that there's a lot I want to say to her, I think. I always screw up when the time comes, though. And I don't even have the time now. Because of the elections. They're not for a while, though. Hee-chan, do you think that Shi-chan is avoiding you? Misha sounds angry. To be expected, but I don't feel that way at all. No. Is that so? The genuine way she says it makes me think that Misha is disappointed with my answer. In that case, it could be how she feels. I'm uneasy asking such a question. That's just Misha would never... Oh, I'm sorry. Misha would answer it honestly. Sorry. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dream of it. Do you? No, of course not, Hee-chan. But it's frustrating sometimes. Shi-chan has so much energy and is always trying to make people feel as excited about things as she is. But it's like Shi-chan doesn't know how to handle things when everyone gets really hyped up. Or I think that she wants to make sure nothing goes wrong. But I want to help out. Shi-chan always pushes me away. It's frustrating. I'm just overthinking it probably. Right? Misha takes a big gulp from her coffee and sticks her tongue out. Ow! I thought it would have cooled down by now. Has it really been that long? I checked my watch. It hasn't been very long at all. But like outside, the sun is already starting to set. Not really. Huh, got dark out pretty quickly today. Though, so I could understand why you might think that. At my words, Misha looks outside and yawns almost immediately. She looks sleepy. That's funny because... Are you sleepy? You were wide awake like just 2 seconds ago. I feel tired when it gets dark, Hee-chan. Just like that. Are you a bird? I pick up my coffee and have a sip. It's not very hot at all, but very tasty. I down as quickly as possible because I want to get back to my dorm room as well. Misha tries to emulate me, but it's still too hot for her. Whatever for her to finish, I start to wonder what she meant back then, about Shizune liking something about me. Suddenly I'm very curious, but dragging that back up now feels like an unnecessary action. I try to weigh the option again, but I'm interrupted by Misha slamming her empty cardboard cup down on the table with a loud pop. Done! She lets out a short laugh, seemingly very impressed with herself. Kind of like a toddler. I wonder if she had that drill-shaped haircut when she was little too. Or was it something more like her current look? It would make more sense. I guess we should head back then. I can't see the waitress. Try not to fall asleep while I pay for the sundae, alright? Not a sundae, it's a parfait, Hee-chan. Wahaha! You have ice cream on your nose. So even Misha gets frustrated with Shizune, despite their closeness. In class the next afternoon, I'm 2 problems into a math logic worksheet when a folded up piece of paper hits me in the head. I'm sure I know who it's from, but I quickly look around the classroom anyway, just in case. No one in this classroom is going to act casual. I could tell that everyone saw who threw it at me, and looking at the culprit herself, it was obviously Shizune. She isn't even trying to be coy about it. The countryside is so different. In old school, I would have no idea who it was right now. Opening at the note, it says, Misha is absent. Help me out today after school. I don't understand what's with the note. Why can't you just do sign language? A large part of how I learned sign language was by copying Misha's style of signing her words as she speaks. So I ended up blurting the sentence out loud as I signed it to Shizune. A slight laugh goes around the room. How awkward. I'll help if I don't have to do a lot. That's silly. Obviously, if Misha was absent, you had to help as much as 2 people. I don't know if that really means anything. After all, Misha was complaining yesterday mostly about how Shizune wouldn't let her help her. I don't do much as is either. After pretending to think it over for a bit, I write her a note back telling her I will. I'm actually happy that she asked me. So I've been meaning to talk to her for a while. Okay. It's a good opportunity, but I feel like I should at least make it look like I'm putting up some resistance to the idea. I go back to my worksheet and immediately get stuck on the 3rd problem. After trying to work around it, I casually toss my own note over to Shizune. It says, why is Misha absent? And what's the answer to question 3? She told me that she was sick and her stomach hurt. Misha gets stomach aches a lot, but I wish she'd picked a better time for it this week. Oh god. How dare you suddenly get this weapon. Well, not this weapon, well, weaponizing your weaponizing your stomach aches. Or at least that's what she thinks it's happening. Like, yo, you're just using that now, aren't you? How dare you? How dare you feel sick? And also, like, as if she can control her stomach aches and when they happen. Okay, Shizune. Use sign language. I think she has a stomach ache because of the way she sucked down a parfait larger than her head the other day. She gets them quite often though. Either it's a coincidence or she has a habit of eating things that could put her in debilitating pain. I noticed the teacher staring at us disapprovingly. I don't blame him. We're talking in class with sign language in quite a visible and distracting way. I try to clear my throat to back out of our conversation, but Shizune doesn't get the hint. Well, because she can't hear you, idiot. Oh no, my stomach. Well, obviously, before I try to get the message across again with my hands, however, I can see Shizune notices what's up. She just doesn't care. Do you still want to know the answer to question 3? I will tell you, but you have to give me the answer for question 25. Okay, I was just thinking about how a teacher who didn't know sign language could think we're abusing it and using it to cheat. If he were here to assume the worst. I can't believe you're actually doing that, and I'm not up to 25. You want to know what the answer to 3 was? You asked first. Hypocrite. You're the student council president. You can't cheat. I don't have time for this. Oh, I don't have time for this. I think I'm trying the teacher's patience to the breaking point. I'd like to continue taking pot shots at her while working on the math problems in front of me, but it would require at least 2 extra hands. Shizune is a bit more creative. It gets around this limitation by using long, semi-broken strings of simpler words. I take a couple mental notes in between being dizzy by a couple of particularly long equations. Right before the bell rings, she cracks Caps her pen and triumphantly slams it on her desk, with an ear popping crack that makes the whole room jump. Quickly forgotten, because everyone would rather go to lunch than question its origin. After a couple of brief searches, she gets up and hovers around my left shoulder. Are you still not done? I was going to ask you if you wanted me to hand in yours too, but I was up. Someone distracted me. I had to beg the teacher to give me 9 minutes between now and the end of passing to finish it. It's not easy to solve this one-handed while having a conversation, by the way. He wasn't happy with the request, wanted to get out of here as much as I do. Since I'm only one problem away from finishing, it looks like Shizune doesn't really believe me. The second that I'm done handing it in, I find myself dragged to the student council room. It's eerie and annoyingly clean. I can't find what I was working on yesterday. Where is everything? I did some cleaning. That doesn't tell me anything. So it's like you forgot where you even put the stuff you put away. Oh well, if I can't find it, I guess I'll just go home. It's in the drawer right there. Shizune sulks and I pull out the posters I was working on, and then shuffle them around a little. Then she attacked them by color. Oh, sorry, stacked them by color. It's not that I'm taunting her, I just have my own system, although I doubt she would believe me if I were to tell her. I like when things are a little messy. It's more natural, and a time saver. It's alright where I left it, and I don't have to go looking through the shelves just to find what I was working on yesterday. Lazy. That's not true. I'm not lazy. You always go too far. We glance at our desk. The notepad neatly placed in one corner. Behind it, a small desk calendar with each box filled with notes in a neat but microscopic handwriting. On the right, 3 boxes of pens in blue, black, and red. Look, you even put the pens back in the original box at the end of each day. All color-coded and everything. I don't think that can even be called being neat-free. What do you do with them? Throw them in a mug on your desk? I personally do, but anyway, we should probably call it a night here, though. I really want to keep reading, but right now it's better to call it here. Okay, so let's see. Let's save. Alright, okay, they're both saved. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll stop there now that I've saved it. Okay. Fun time tonight, getting all the trashy secrets. Yes. Oh man, I can't believe that happened, but I'm gonna be smart about it in the future. If I could prevent something like that happening again, that'd be great. Alright, so, for now, I'm gonna call it a night. These pictures. Can't get straight, we need a drawing of Smakumuni now. Oh man. Me and the trash cans, oh boy. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, so have a good rest of your morning, day, night, whatever. I will see you guys tomorrow night with... Oh, that's right, I gotta download that. Fallout New Vegas. Next new game to play. Okay, so yeah, until then, take care guys. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.